Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Tuesday, the 24th of August 2021. Today was match day. But before we get into that, I'm going to bring you this from yesterday. So I told you about the result. I told you it was 3-1 defeat. This is the under 23s. They played yesterday. They lost to Hull City 3-1. What's with the score 3-1? A lot of 3-1s going on. So, and now we've got the match report. So it was published this morning. 10-man Millwall under 23s were defeated 3-1 by Hull City in the Professional Development League on Monday night. In a tale of 3 penalties at the LNER Community Stadium, Sean O'Brien gave Kevin Nugent's side the lead from the spot in the first half, but 2 penalties in 3 second-half minutes from Harry Wood, coupled with an Arthur Penny red card and an injury time strike from Will Jarvis, gave the Tigers all 3 points. There were 22 minutes played when the Lions took the lead as after Junior Tenzia was brought down in the box, the referee pointed to the spot. O'Brien beat Hull goalkeeper to open the scoring. Jaden Davies struck the crossbar as both sides searched for more, and with 15 minutes to go, Hull were able to force a spot kick as Penny handled a Brandon Fleming cross. Wood stepped up to equalise before just 3 minutes later, Josh Hines was fouled and the Tigers were given their second penalty, which Wood once again dispatched. 2 minutes into injury time, the host scored a third as Jarvis converted Fleming's cross. Next up for Millwall under 23s is a trip to Coventry City on Monday the 13th of September. So, the team is Wright, Walker, Tenzia, Penny, Ockley, Tobolodge, Davis, Moss, Boateng, O'Brien, subbed off for Leahy on 80 minutes, and Allen. Subs not used, Adam Malachi, Gilmore, Grande and Daly. There you go. That's the actual match report. What happened yesterday, even though I told you about the result. Now, one thing I did say was Alex Mitchell was not involved in that. And would that mean he played against Cambridge? Well, we got this morning from about Alex Mitchell. This is from londonnewsonline.co.uk, South London Press's online website, and it says Millwall agree new contract of highly rated defender. Millwall are set to sign teenage centre-back Alex Mitchell on a new contract. The 19-year-old defender spent the final weeks of 2020-21 season on loan with National League side Bromley. Mitchell is when this was done this morning, is yet to make his senior debut for the Lions. Millwall manager Gary Rowett has already indicated that there are options to loan the youngster out in the EFL after the way he impressively slotted into Bromley's defence. Mitchell made 10 appearances for the Ravens as they reached the playoffs. Millwall have sent Tyler Borey on loan to Hartlepool. The winger scored twice in 3 outings for the League Two club. He found a target in Saturday's 2-0 win over Warsaw and also netted in the previous fixture a 3-2 loss at Barrow. So he signed a new contract and he actually came on against Cambridge. So let's just jump into it. The match report, the match day. Here you go. What happened? It was Millwall 3, Cambridge United 1, and there were a lot of changes in that team. A lot of changes. This is the match report from news@den.co.uk. It says Millwall are into the third round of the EFL Cup for the second successive season after coming from behind to beat Cambridge United 3-1 at the Den. Yes, we again conceded the first goal. We did against Portsmouth, and we had to come back and we did it again today. Murray Wallace was the unlikely hero with 2 goals in 3 minutes, responding to George Williams' opener for the visitors. Matt Smith sealed the victory in the second half, giving the Lions some positive momentum after a tough start to the championship season. Yes, and I think Murray Wallace was absolutely possessed because he was kind of at fault for the first goal. He didn't track the runner. He just got caught a little flat-footed, and that led the geezer to jump and nip in front of him and get the glancing header towards the goal, and they scored. And Alex Pearce getting involved, letting Murray Wallace know that's not good enough. And I think that a combination of Murray Wallace's own what would you call it, conscience, fortitude, and the let's say encouragement from Alex Pearce, that Murray Wallace made every effort to make amends for being at fault for their first goal. That's what it seems to me, but we will see. So, match details. The home side nearly took the lead in the 6th minute. Billy Mitchell's cross found Smith, who guided the ball brilliantly for Tom Bradshaw, whose overhead kick hit the top of the crossbar. Not long after, Mitchell's shot from outside the box was blocked by Cambridge skipper Williams. The visitors took the lead on 33 minutes. A cheap foul conceded by Jake Cooper led to a free kick deep in the Millwall half. Ben Warman's delivery was headed home by Williams, who broke free from his marker. Yes, which they don't mention that, but was Murray Wallace. The 5th set-piece goal the Lions have conceded this season. That is worrying, isn't it? However, they were not behind for long. Just 6 minutes later, they were level as Wallace sparked his in and Neymar. Yeah, if you have you got to check this out on the highlights. He literally running down the left wing, turned inside, outside, turned back outside, and he hit it with. Turned back in. I think he hit it with his right foot. Actually, it was a pretty decent goal. Yeah, cutting inside on his right foot and smashing home into the far corner to bring the crowd and his team to life. So, yeah, he seemed to be putting every effort in to make up for his mistake there, and that's what you want to see. Although it would be good if these mistakes weren't made in the first place. 3 minutes later, he notched his second of the game. Conor Mahoney's corner found Smith, who headed down, with Wallace tapping the loose ball into the back of the net to ensure the Lions led at the break. In the 54th minute, Millwall extended their lead. It was Mahoney's hard work as he won the ball in his own half before running the length of the pitch. He crossed for Smith, who at the second attempt found the net, his first of the season. 4 minutes later, the unlikeliest of trebles were almost completed. Mahoney's cross landed perfectly onto the head of Wallace. It was only denied a perfect hat trick by the crossbar, the 4th time that the Lions have hit the upright this season. George Long was forced into 2 quick saves, firstly denying Sam Smith and then Arthur Nibbs. As Cambridge reminded Millwall of their presence, the keeper was forced to another save in the 76th minute to keep out substitute Jack Lancaster's deflected strike. Takeaways: magnificent Murray Wallace has an affection for cup competitions. The winners against Everton and AFC Wimbledon in the 2018-19 FA Cup, and now scoring his first brace for Millwall in the EFL Cup. Gary Rowett has said many times he wants goals from all over the pitch and highlighted his centre-backs needing to add to their collection, and the Scot has answered those calls. As of yet, Rowett has not had the luxury of playing his first choice defence in the league, with either Sean Hutchinson or Cooper missing, meaning Wallace has had to deputise in the middle of the three. He looked a lot more comfortable in the wing-back position. He almost got that perfect hat-trick, but it turned out to be a pretty special night for him anyway. The Lions concede from a set piece again. The Lions boss would have been seething with the goal his side conceded. It's now 5 goals conceded from set pieces this season, an area they have been so strong in over the last few years. Williams managed to escape his mark far too easily, similar to the first Aidan Flint goal at Cardiff on Saturday. The defending as a whole looks suspect, and as it has done at times in recent games. Despite the game looking safe, the visitors still had chances, and had it not been for long, the contest would have gone very interesting late on. This will need to improve if the Lions are to achieve their goals this season. Billy Mitchell impresses. Wow, really? You play Billy Mitchell and he actually plays well? Wow, Millwall fans already know that the talent that Billy Mitchell possesses, and he showed it again tonight. Playing the right wing-back role, maybe he will. That's a way he can play maybe that's a spot he can play. If we've got no Ryan Leonard and Danny McNamara, maybe Billy Mitchell will play there. He advanced brilliantly up the pitch and always tried to move the ball forward wherever he could. Danny McNamara is set to be out for a period of time, meaning there could be a spot in the starting lineup freed up for Mitchell, although we have to battle with Marlon Romeo, the latter who missed out through injury tonight. Oh, he was injured tonight. Oh no, not another injury. Oh no. There was also a debut for Alex Mitchell, who has agreed a new long-term contract to the club. He came on the 80th minute for Ballard. So the team was Long, Billy Mitchell, Ballard, Pierce, Cooper, Murray Wallace, Mahoney, Evans, Thompson, Smith and Bradshaw. And Alex Mitchell came on for Ballard in the 80th minute. Saville came on for Thompson in the 72nd minute. And Bodvarsson came on for Smith in the 72nd minute. and the unused subs were Biakowski, Malone, Afobe, and Jed Wallace. And it was an amazing result. And we are now in the third round of the EFL Cup. And when will that draw take place? The EFL Cup third round draw date. The draw for the EFL Cup third round will take place on Wednesday, August the 25th, after the conclusion of the second round match between West Brom and Arsenal, which is scheduled to kick off at 8 p.m. If the tie is settled in normal time without a penalty shootout, then the draw should be conducted from around 10 p.m. So if the West Brom game has a result, it will be at 10 p.m. If it goes to penalty shootouts, probably around 10:30, we will know who we're playing, and everyone is coming in. All of the Premier teams are in this round. Man United, Man City, Liverpool. To be honest, I wouldn't want to play any of them. They're way too strong. Although I doubt they will be playing anywhere near their full strength team. A lot of fans would probably want West Ham, but anyone at home. Ideally, to be honest, yeah, it would be nice to get a repeat of the 2004 Cup run, where we basically played teams in the leagues below us before we got to the semi-final, and we played a team in our own league, and then we didn't play a Premier League team until we got to the final. I would love if that happened to us in the EFL Cup this season. We've in recent years, our FA Cup runs have been notorious, getting to the semi-finals quite a few times for such a small club as Millwall. Really good results in the EFL Cup, some giant killings as well at Everton and Leicester. But we don't do it in the EFL Cup. We only do it in the FA Cup. Why not in the EFL Cup? Why not? Because it's midweek games. It's all the games are played midweek. But we very rarely do anything in the EFL Cup. The farthest we've got, I think, is the quarterfinals, like 2 or 3 times. Yeah, if we could get to the final, that would be friggin' amazing. It would be absolutely amazing for Millwall to get to the EFL Cup final. It would be nice. So anyway, the draw is tomorrow after the West Brom Arsenal game. Going back now to Gary Rowett's comments post-match. So let's have a look and see what he said. This is from londonnewsonline.co.uk. Mill's EFL Cup hero Murray Wallace could barely move by the end of the 3-1 win over Cambridge United. Mill's manager Gary Rowett revealed that Murray Wallace cramped up after his heroics in tonight's 3-1 EFL Cup win over Cambridge. The Scottish defender scored twice for the Lions as they avoided an upset at the hands of the League One opposition. George Williams had headed United in front, but a free kick from Wallace produced a quick-fire double before the break. Matt Smith converted from close range in the early second half, and the Lions sealed the spot in the third round. Rowett said, "Those cup ties are always a little bit testy, because the other team turns up really wanting to put on a performance and turn you over. They'll have looked at our last 2 results and felt we are not perhaps as confident as we'd like to be. I made quite a lot of changes. I just felt it was the right opportunity for them to show what they can do. Also, rest a few with the weekend in mind. Mikel Keftenbeld felt really sore after the weekend. He's such a whole-hearted player, but you've got to remember he missed 10 days. Shall I say through illness. He's then gone straight into games at full tilt. We don't want to lose players like that. The players who came in did really well. You've got to match your opposition's mentality, work rate and endeavour. You hope somewhere along the line your quality shines through. We started quite well. If you play Smudge, you've got to use him to good effect and hit him with good service. We played into him well, and he's intelligent. He knocked down into good areas and flicks things onto wing backs. He looked a real threat early on. Brad hits the crossbar, and we have a few other chances. As it seems at the minute, they go the other end and score a set piece. The lad just gets in front of Muzza. I think it'll be really disappointing. But what he did do well was respond, and he scored a fabulous goal himself. I don't think Muzza will mind me saying that. I didn't expect him to do that. It was a brilliant piece of skill just to chop it inside. I think he used the fact that Smudge was in the box to make it look like he was going to cross it, but he just sees the space inside. and hits a low, powerful drive to the bottom corner. It was fabulous. Then Smudge will be really disappointed. I can see his face. That's like a tap into Matt. The keeper saves it and Muzzer pokes it in. It's just settled us down, didn't it? You saw a different side to Muzzer you haven't seen for a while. I said afterwards about it in the dressing room. I told him not to take it the wrong way, but I didn't think I'd see you an inch away from a hat-trick. But I also didn't think I'd ever see him get cramp as well. He's probably our fittest player and strongest player. It just shows his desperation to get in the back post and try and get that goal. He's performed well this season. He's a good character, Muzz. He just gives you everything, and he's got he has got every game. He gives you everything. He gives you everything he has got every game. He was really good. People probably didn't realise in the last 15 minutes that he couldn't move. We left him back at left back and told him just don't go anywhere and press. He probably took a little bit of energy away from us. Cambridge were excellent. They were a really bright side. Moved you around even though they played in front of us quite a lot. Yes. So the reason why he had to stay on, because this season they have reverted to 3 substitutes only. Only 3 substitutions are allowed in the EFL Cup this season. So, and the substitutions were already made, so he just had to crack on with it, which is unfortunate. But hopefully, he didn't do any damage to him. So there you go. So Murray Wallace getting lots of praise there. Moving on to more words. I think most of this is what we've already seen. So this is from News at 10. Yeah, this is basically what we've just read. Oh yeah, there's just a couple of extra lines. It's what we just read, a couple of extra lines. I thought Cambridge were excellent. They're a really bright side. They move you around, even though they played in front of us quite a lot and didn't really cut us open with some of that play. Second half, there were a couple of opportunities where Longy got called into action and made a couple of saves. Probably 3-1 in some ways was a little bit unfair on them. I thought they were really good. Okay then, so 5 takeaways from Millwall's 3-1 win over Cambridge. This is what they do now. The London News Online.co.uk. They do these takeaways online. I think it's online, and the match reports have been coming out a bit later because they're getting. I think they get published in the paper version of the South London Press, and then the same day that goes to print, then they upload it, which in this digital age is kind of a bit late, because I'm seeing match reports for games that were like 3 days ago. I'm like, I've seen them online. I'm like, what is this? Oh, it's the match report from the game 4 days ago, 3 days ago. But it is what it is, isn't it? So 5 takeaways. Millwall progressed to the 3rd round of the EFL Cup. Yep, we know all this already. 5 takeaways. Goal machine Murray Wallace. The Scottish defender only got 1 goal in the whole of the 2020-21 season, but struck twice in the space of 3 first half minutes. It was badly needed too, with Mill losing their early attacking impetus. His first was an excellent finish as he cut inside from the left and then drove past Dimitar Mitov with his weaker right foot. Wallace got 4 goals in the 2018-19 season for South Londoners. This was his first one at the Den since the EFL Cup win over Everton in January 2019. Could have made it a hat-trick, but he also headed against the crossbar from a deep Billy Mitchell cross. Lions failed to convince defensively again. Millwall did not dominate their box at key moments in Saturday's defeat at Cardiff City, and there was another poor goal given away against Cambridge. Jay Cooper gave away a cheap foul on Sam Smith, who had his back to the goal on the left of the box. George Williams only needed to produce a little burst across the penalty area to be unmarked before heading beyond George Long. And Long, getting another start in the EFL Cup with Bartosz Białkowski benched, made at least 3 vital saves in the second period as Cambridge refused to go quietly. Staking a claim. No disrespect intended to Cambridge United, but a newly promoted League One team are a far different challenge to Fulham, Cardiff or West Brom, but you can only perform against the opposition you're up against. Matt Smith had the beating of the centre-backs all night and won 17 headers, scored the 3rd goal and also claimed the assist for Wallace's double. That certainly hasn't done his prospects any harm of starting against Blackpool on Saturday. Billy Mitchell acquitted himself excellently at right wing back, a welcome boost to the absence of Danny McNamara and Ryan Leonard. He won a tackle on the edge of his own box to spark Conor Mahoney's dribble before Millwall moved 3-1 ahead. Subdued Thompson. There's been talk of Ben Thompson heading out before the close of the transfer window on August 31st. So 6 days away. With Portsmouth still keen to be reunited with their former loan hit, the midfielder struggled to make an impression tonight and was replaced by George Saville in the 72nd minute. Up until then, only Tom Bradshaw, 22, had fewer touches than Thompson out of the home outfield players who started at the Den. And a second home winner of the season. Last but not least, Millwall have a second home victory of the season. There were more optimism about what the campaign could hold in store following a 2-1 success over Portsmouth earlier this month. The Lions still needed to follow up with maximum points at home to Blackpool this weekend for the Championship table to make happier viewing. Manager Gary Rowett was able to rest Michael Keftenbell while Scott Malone, Jed Wallace and Ben Ikafobi were all unused substitutes. It means a key quartet will be fresh for the visit of the Seasiders. Yeah, that's our second home win of the season. But both were against lower league clubs in the Cup, Portsmouth and now Cambridge United. In the EFL Cup, which is interesting. Now, if you look on your right, you'll see this story here. Millwall and Charlton players make latest Northern Ireland squad. It's International Week next week, and the squads are coming out. And we've got this here. This is from irishfa.com. Barraclough names Northern Ireland squad for September fixtures. Next month's matches, so they got 3 matches against Lithuania, Estonia, and Switzerland. So they've got two. So they've got 2 World Cup qualifying games. With a trip to Vilnius, that's in Lithuania, on 2nd September, followed by a home clash against the Swiss 6 days later, 8th of September. In between the 2 Group C games, they take on Estonia in an international challenge match in Tallinn. So that's basically a friendly. Yeah, so they've got they play Lithuania in a qualifier. They play Estonia in a friendly, and Estonia are really not that good. They really aren't. And then they play Swiss after that. So they got 3 games. They're very, very busy. So I imagine that most of the squad will be used in some way. And here you go. Here's a squad announcement. I don't know if you can see that. It's so tiny. Teeny tiny writing on the squad there. What we have is Danny Ballard has been selected. And George Saville has been selected. So 2 Millwall players have been selected there. And former Millwall player Shane Ferguson is in it. There you go. There you go. International recognition for Millwall players. George Saville and Danny Ballard. Danny Ballard and George Saville. So that's fantastic. Let's see how they get on. Give us something to follow during the international week. Maybe you're gonna go watch some non-league teams play. Whatever you're doing. Good luck to you. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.